That's part of the film, though, isn't it?
It's part of the film, sure, but
you have to act in a musical.
In my mind, musical scenes, in my mind...
Separating the dancing from the...
not...
Hello, welcome back to Waffle On. I am Angus, this is Freddie, and today we are waffling on about the film...
La La Land, a new musical directed by Damien Chazelle, starring Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. You have a struggling actress, Emma Stone, you have a struggling jazz pianist, Ryan Gosling. Somehow these two meet in very comedic circumstances and it goes on from there. That could be a recipe for a very cliche, normal sort of sentimental romance story. But it's not. It just pulls everything off so well.
It brings it to our modern era. It takes this classical sight of what a musical is and what love is and what romance is, and it modernises it very successfully.
I'm someone that does not like musicals in any way, shape or form. Somehow this movie, it doesn't feel really like a musical. Each little musical scene, it seamlessly fits into the story. It doesn't intrude on the storytelling at all, because usually when I see even Sound of Music, even with those songs, it doesn't fit in sometimes with the story. You're kind of like, let's fast forward through this one.
What song are you fast forwarding past on Sound of Music? Every song is brilliant.
No, I used to wait for the Nazis to come, but that's another story.
Oh my God. I say there's one key song which is used in the trailer a little bit, and it's got a lovely note to it, but there's no booming song which you walk out to cinema thinking, I love that one song.
But you
come out
good,
thinking,
though.
I love the whole thing.
But that was good, because it didn't steal the limelight from the rest of the film.
The cinemascope aspect I really liked. I loved the colours. It made it seem very dreamy at the beginning, and as it transcends from glossy to classy, I found it very appropriate.
The cinemascope has never made LA look so amazingly luscious.
Yeah.
But come on, I mean, LA is the grimiest, seediest place.
It made it look like a dream world.
It framed every picture at night. It just makes the city look unbelievably amazing. I mean, don't you agree? It was the shimmering lights of LA at night.
I do agree. The presentation was charming.
And the heat. Charming is a word you use all the time. You've used charming in every single. It
was lovely.
It had the confidence to just drift through the scenes and let the actors act, and I absolutely love that about it.
How did they do? What was their chemistry like?
They work so well on screen together.
Yeah, they do.
And their romance is so believable as well. Emma Stone does not need to say a word. You're completely, the little sort of, when her smile goes up a little bit, you completely know how she's feeling. And she's relaying the story through her face to us. This is her starring role. And it's absolutely, I think she surpasses Ryan Gosling slightly. But that's not to say that Ryan Gosling is in any way bad at all. He's also very, very good.
The acting was realistic when the time called for it, and fun and glossy and a bit two-dimensional when the time called for it.
Two-dimensional? In what way though?
Well, when they're smiling and dancing.
But I wouldn't say that encroaches on the acting. That's just the musical side of it.
You have to act in a musical. You're telling a story regardless of what you're doing. If you're in the spotlight, which they are, acting is part of what they're doing.
But you're saying that there's a two-dimensional bit of acting, and it's like the musical, in my mind, musical scenes, in my mind...
Separating the dancing from the
not... I wouldn't judge a musical scenes as acting. I'd say...
But there was a scene before they start singing. We can tell they're about to sing because the music starts and you can feel the mood.
That's not... Yeah, but that's a musical scene.
Yeah, that's a musical scene, but they're still acting in the same film that we're reviewing. Huh?
It's not two-dimensional.
It's not two-dimensional. Okay.
That's just...
It's different modes. What I will say is there are times where they go all cheesy. How's that? They're cheesy. Ryan Gosling and Emma Stone go cheesy at times when the time is right, and then they go realistic.
Compromise? I will say it's cheesy, sure, a little bit.
Because obviously there's conflict in the film, and when the conflict comes, the acting is really honed in. You dispute me for going cheesy, but they didn't go cheesy at every song, did they? When the songs became realistically placed into the story in a non-musical fashion, the cheesiness was gone by then. This film starts glossy, cheesy, and goes to classy and realistic.
The one negative point that I think we both agreed on, there is a slight lag.
There is a lag.
In the last quarter
where
or so.
It slowed down, the energy slowed down, but that's
only because
the rest of the film is such a high standard.
On a pedestal, exactly, yeah. I still feel that 10 minutes could have been trimmed off, and it would have been tighter.
If you don't like musicals like Freddie here, go see it, because it's not like other musicals you've seen.
It transcends musicals.
It transcends musicals, absolutely. We're going to rate the film. Freddie, out of 10?
8.5.
8.5. I am also rating this film an 8.5.
Oh, very good.
Thank you very much for watching. That is what we thought of La La Land. We hope you go and see it. I've been Angus.
And I've been Freddie.
Keep on
waffling on.
I'm singing a tune in my head from the song, and I'm going to go and buy the soundtrack. 'Cause I loved it.
I'm not. I'll probably listen to it on YouTube.